Hey guys, it's Tah. Welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. So today we're gonna start the unboxing for the Once Upon a Book Club Halloween edition. And for this one, the book is Just Like Home. And this one is about Vera. Vera has been called home by her mother after many years of not living in the house, and she now has to come back and face basically everything. Her father was a serial killer, so she's gonna come back and face the love that she had for him, and then all the things bodies and stuff that were buried. But then to top it off, there is a person living in their shed, guest house, whatever you want to call it. And he is slowly stripping away Vera's childhood. He wants all the pieces of it. And there are letters being left around in her father's handwriting. And he says he's not the one who did it. So now she has to figure out what this is. And there are more secrets that have yet to be uncovered. And she has to face those. And just how deep does it go? We don't know. So we shall find out. So the first gift is pretty early on. I think page 20 something. Let's see. Yes, page 26 is our first gift, and then there's two relatively close to that. So let me go read, and then we'll open the first gift together. So be right back. Okay, so the first gift is on page 26. So far, we have gotten home. She spoke to her mother. Basically, she's there just to take care of the house because her mother is dying. She is literally on her deathbed. So her job is to come in and take care of everything to get the house and the items sold. So that's where we're at. Not a whole lot has happened other than we get to kind of know how the house is laid out and things that bothered her as a kid or whatever. So for this particular section, her bed squeaks, and she never really knew why, but she decides that now that she's back, she's gonna fix it. So she gets a screwdriver and whatnot, and it says, while her eyes were shut tight, the fingers of her right hand twitched around the screwdrivers. Her hand was so full she couldn't snap once, because she has a tick where she has to snap, let alone 4 times, but her dust-smeared thumb and middle finger tried futilely to move toward each other. So because she couldn't snap and she was fixing her bed, she heard a noise. So let's see what our first gift is. It's this cute bag with a skull, page 26. And this is, you guessed it, a 4-in-1 screwdriver set. This will definitely come in handy. My screwdrivers are always getting misplaced, and it's super cute. It's got some little flowers on the handle, so maybe this one will be mine, and nobody will touch it. We shall see. So, this box might set me up a whole toolbox. We don't know yet, but I will come back. I think the next one is 40, page 40 something, and right now I'm on 26, so it won't take me long, and I will be back with that gift. Okay, you guys, so the next gift was on page 45. And before we open it, we'll read the line. But basically what happens is we flash back a little bit and we kind of see her reactions, with her father. She had, she felt like there was a monster under her bed or whatever, so he came to check it. And then now she's back in present time. She woke up to a nightmare, or from a nightmare, before the sun came up. And it's kind of weird, but it is what it is. For this one, She feels like her stomach is cold. It's something to do with her intestines or whatever. And it says, she let out a sob of relief as the long gray rope fell to the floor with the wet laundry splat, but she was still so cold. Her relief turned to dismay, then crystallized into determination. It wasn't all out of her yet. So, let's see what we get for that. And like I said, in her dream, she feels like she can pull her intestines out or something because she's cold. And once she gets rid of it, she won't be cold. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But I'm sure they'll explain that to us at some point why she has that specific nightmare. So this one is a cute little spiderweb bag. And we get rope spiders. Rope spiderweb. She let out a sigh of relief as the long rope fell to the floor. And this is a hanging spiderweb decoration. It's 5x5 with stitty cotton. Hang this rope spiderweb decoration indoors or outdoors to create a spooky Halloween display. So, just mix a spider web for Halloween, which is pretty cool. So, I kind of wish I would have started reading this sooner in the month, because now I feel like it's too late to put it up, because Halloween is literally tomorrow. So, if not, I have a spider web for next time. Okay, so it's time for another gift. We made it to that part of the book, and since the last gift, we have seen how the people in the town they live, how they treat her and her family because of what her father did, you know, being a serial killer and all. And she went into town to get some containers because she's responsible for packing up the house and getting rid of everything. Her mother is still alive at this point. But, so she gets containers and she decides, hey, let me go to the kitchen. I'm going to start there. She's under the sink and she goes under one of the cabinets and she finds a thermos that used to be her father's. And she shakes it and she hears something, but she can't get anything out of it at first. And she tilts it and there's something in there. So the line says, it fell out and rolled nearly to the edge of the counter where Vera caught it in her palm. It was the size and length of a cigarette. Really, Vera thought. She should have mistaken it for a cigarette at first, except that as far as she knew, her father never smoked. So this is one of the first notes that she finds, because like I said, in the synopsis of the book, there's notes appearing in her father's handwriting. And he's supposed to be long dead, you know. So we have to figure out why these notes are coming. So anyway, so the next gift was page 67 in this cute little box that matches. And I'm assuming it's going to be some type of thermos for a drink. And I am correct. It is so cute. So it's got little ghosts and spiders and spider webs. You can use it with a handle. Oh, and there's a piece of paper in here. Ah, yes. In the paper, this is her father's handwriting. She described it as an entry out of a journal that she buried, but now all of a sudden it's back. And basically this one right here, it says Vera's growing up, so creative and so smart. She's still just a kid, but I never liked anyone so much as I like her. She's good at math and at science, but not so hot on reading. Just like me. I know that she will stay good so long as I remember to keep bad things away from her. Daphne doesn't agree, but we don't have to argue about it. I hope Vera knows how much I love her and that I'll always. So, first letter from Dad, technically. Inside a thermos. Ours doesn't smell like his. His had a hint of coffee. So he must have took it to work with him daily with coffee in it. So yeah. I think the next gift is in like the 100 something pages. So it'll be a little while. Like I said, we're at page 67. So I will continue to read, and I'll let you know when the next one comes. Okay, so we made it to our last gift, which is on page 190. And I did read a little bit further, and we have like one other thing. So let me go back to, there we go. Page 190. We are once again waking up from some type of nightmare. And this time she wakes up, she's cold, she feels wet, and she goes to reach for her blankets or whatever, and they're not there. And it says, she winds up finding the blankets. For some reason they're under the bed. But it says, but now she's awake, heart-poundingly awake, and she couldn't tell herself that she was imagining the sensation of the quilt stretching taut. She tightened her grip on it and pulled on the fabric. The pull on the fabric grew stronger, meaning that it was kind of trapped. She pulls it into her bed. So I'm assuming this is some type of blanket. Page 190. Ooh. Wrapped in plastic. Oh, wow. We have a Ouija board blanket. Or maybe not quite a blanket, maybe like a tapestry of some sort. But it can definitely be a lap blanket. Sitting in my lap, it does touch the floor widthways. But if you go lengthways, it would definitely work as a blanket. And it's reversible. The side is white, letters black background. And this side is white background, black letters. So, smells a little weird from being in the package, but super cool Ouija. So we keep reading, and so far that we've gone back a few times where we kind of get to experience a little bit of her childhood and how it was for her to grow up in a house with a serial killer. Just like her and her dad's relationship and stuff. So as we're reading, she, like I said in the beginning, she is there just to clean out the house. As a kid, she was not allowed to go in the basement. Dad said no. But of course, you know, things happen. We all know how dads are. So anyway, she's currently in the basement and she hears like this noise of something sliding. Like through like on the ceiling. And there's a peephole from her room into the basement type situation. And she can tell somebody messed with it. She finds another note from her dad, and it says, "Wonder if she watches. Wonder if she loves me the way I love her." So we get the feeling that even though Dad was kind of messed up for whatever reason, he became, a serial killer, he still loved his daughter, but he questioned whether or not she loved him the same. So I have about 130-ish pages, a little bit more than 130 pages to read to finish out this book. So at this point, like I said, she's cleaning the house out. Her mom is still alive. So we don't know how long that's going to last. And a couple things have happened that we kind of get to experience as her 12-year-old self, and then currently reflecting back on that as an adult. So it's pretty interesting. It was a little bit slow for me to begin with, but it's starting to get into like the good stuff now. And I can't wait to see how this plays out. We know her dad was taken to prison and he died in prison. He is no longer living on Earth. The only people left of this family is her and her mom. So now we just got to see how it all wraps up, how the past has affected her current present state, all that stuff. So I will go finish this book and give you my final thoughts on it. That was dumb. Don't ever do that again. No. Anyway, be back, guys. Okay, so I finished Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. I'm still trying to process what the heck I just read. It was going so good. It really was. We're finding out about, stuff from the house and like how her childhood was living with a serial killer father and like why he did it, and everything was, it was trucking along. And then when the big twist like reveal happened, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, in my opinion, I didn't write the book, not hating on the author. Her writing was good, like it flowed, it was easy to read, but the reveal threw me for like the biggest freaking loop. It made no sense. Like, it was kind of like, that's what we waited for. So I felt like it had huge potential, and then the closer I got to the bigger reveal, I just got let down. And that's just me in general. Somebody else might really enjoy this. I didn't enjoy the ending. I enjoyed more of the midway, because the beginning was a little bit slow, but I got in there. We started flashing back, saw how the childhood was, everything was getting good, and then no. So this is the second book that I've read by this author. The first one, when I read it, it was okay. It wasn't like blown out the water type thing. This one started okay, and then it threw me for a huge loop. So I guess for now, like, I'll be done. Maybe try the author again later on. I don't know, but that's just how I feel about it. So I enjoyed all my gifts that came with this box. I like the fact that I have a name, like a signed plate to put in it, but it's definitely not something I would recommend to like people that I know have similar tastes that I do. So, meh, is what it is. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.